Hi team, how's it going? You alright? You alright? You alright? Yeah, we're going to talk about things that are really things that play on your mind, that ruin your mood. Um, as you may know, I'm very much a bit of a moody git. No, I'm generally pretty happy. Today I'm a bit like yeah, but basically, I want to talk about how to sort of deal with those moods because I was just thinking about it myself. I was like, how do I deal with that sort of shit? Like say, you got these things that are bothering you. Like say for me, um, had an argument with my dad. It's getting me down. It was a really violent argument. It was horrible, really horrible. Names and horrible things were said. The worst of the worst. And it's fairly common occurrence. Boohoo ho, boohoo me. Um, there's that, and then there's people who I feel like I've let down. Multiple people, um, including my mother as well. And it's all these little things that just start eating at your brain, eating at like what you're doing, like trying to take away your focus from like the now and what's like really important, which is obviously the present. And I was just thinking like what really does help ground you. And I was thinking back to like the panic. Whenever you have a panic attack, there's like those grounding techniques where you're meant to like do those five senses. You look at something, you notice it, you feel something, you feel it, you smell something, you notice it, sort of things like that. But sometimes that just doesn't do anything. And the thing where it's been really ruining my sense of peace is obviously everything that's been playing on my mind. Also, it's nerves for Boomtown tomorrow. Like I'm going, as you know, I'm going to Boomtown. I'm getting a bit of nerves. I'm mostly excited, but I'm also very impatient. I'm like, please, I need it to come already. Excuse that. Um, but the way that I deal with it at the moment is like, I mean, first of all, I've had a little bit of a drink today, getting myself in the spirit of Boomtown because obviously it's gonna be a blowout. All my friends don't believe me that it's going to be like the end of like an era of drug taking. But nevertheless, yeah, obviously one of the best things to do is to what I always say: go out and go for a walk and get out of your mind and into your body. That's the best way. Um, and so what I've just been doing, I was sat in my room for ages trying to write my book, just trying to do like a little bit of the Loop Chronicles, the old sci-fi adventure, which I absolutely love doing, but I just can't bring myself to be creative. I've been staring at a Word document for about 4 hours, good 4 hours. I wrote about 12 words. I wasn't able to bring myself to read through it because I just couldn't. My mind is just bits and bobs just pulling me over here and there and everywhere. And it's really hard to like work when you've got all these nitpicky fucking things bugging you all the time. Like that's just eating away at you, like really eats away at you. So I came outside and I just sat down and I was like, how do you get out of that? How do you stop feeling like that? I was like, well, you live in the now. I was like, well, how do you live in the now? Um, and so, and I was literally talking to myself, how do I live in the now? I was like, well, you do it like this. And I started looking at everything, noticing every little detail about anything and everything there is. And I was just looking at it like those ferns over there. I was looking at the ferns and how they were just the form and how they sort of just are. How they are basically. And the more that you look at it, the more that you look at bits of nature, the more you're just like you start to forget, and all these little nitpicking worries start to just sort of evaporate away a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So that's what I was doing. I've just been looking at that fern, just finding the meanings of the universe within it. Noticing its simplicity and how it's just not really thinking about anything at all. And you sort of put your mind into that sort of state as well. You just sort of stare at it and stare at it and just notice it wandering in the wind. So the more you do that, and the more that you're able to ground yourself by looking at different things like bits of nature, or just your dog or your cat wandering around, it really does help. Obviously, what I should be doing is going out for a walk. I should go out for a walk because I know that always makes me feel so much better, and I will be doing. I'll be doing that later on. I want to go out for a little walk later on this evening. I want to do another little video, and that's what I'll do. And that's what's going to really help me like get out of this little mindset that I'm in. Like, I'm relatively happy, but there are these things that just keep picking at my mind, and they're like, oh God, I know, I've got to deal with that soon. I've got to make sure I deal with that. So I guess it's the Dharma. It's like, you should be doing this, but you're not doing it. I mean, I should be writing my book, but I'm not doing that. And it's fucking so hard to motivate myself to do it. So like, anyone that like sort of watches me and they think, oh, how does he motivate himself to do these videos every day? And well, it's essentially a cure for me. If I don't do it, I sort of like go into a real bad spiral because I'm unable to talk about like my feelings, or air them at least. And whenever I talk about them, it's sort of like, it makes it not so much a burden on me. I don't mean to put the burden on you, but I mean the burden is out there and it's not just stuck within me, and I don't feel so terrible anymore. So, you know, that's what I'd advise. You know, if you're in like a creative rut or something, or anything, you know, you're feeling terrible about yourself for whatever reason, like a breakup, a massive change or a shift in your life, and you don't know what to do about it, then usually, I mean, as always, nature is the answer, is to get out there. I mean, you can distract yourself with like games and movies and that, but sometimes it just does not work. Like, that's what I used to do all the time. I used to watch movies, I used to watch Netflix like religiously, and now I can't watch it. I can't watch Netflix. I can barely even watch much YouTube. I can only ever do, like with YouTube, the only thing I can do is really just record these videos and try and like explain like my problems to help maybe other people, and also at the same time helping myself. But yeah, take a moment just to look at things, just to appreciate nature and just look at it, and try and let these things fade away, because they will be sorted out in time. And if you're worried about it and there's nothing that you can do about it, at least not right this moment, then don't worry about it and just live in the now and in the present. And I know it's like, oh, here we go, fucking bullshit, here we go. Yeah, I know, live in the now, live in the present. How do you do that? And you just need to notice how everything else is, and really, really look deeply into like what you're looking at, and not to bother overthinking. I know it's hard to just stop overthinking because you can't. So you have to get out of your mind, you have to get into your body, like I always say. And at the moment, I'm still very much in my mind, as you can probably tell by my demeanour, my tone, my face, my expression. So I'm gonna have to go for a walk. There's no two ways about it. You need to absolutely knacker the fuck out of yourself, so that you are so full of dopamine and serotonin from knackering yourself out that you're gonna feel better. But today has been a hard day. Not really a hard day. It's just like been one of those days where it's just, oh, fucking hell, Harry. Bloody hell, Harry. Can't you panic now? I said, no, you don't need to panic. It's all going to be alright. Everything, and you need to remember that as well. Like, you've got to remember that everything is going to be okay. Like in 100 years, who's going to give a fuck? It's maybe not the best ideology to have, but if it helps you in the moment, then think about that. I mean, even just think like in a year's time, all of your problems won't be these problems anymore. You may have new problems, but they will be problems that you'll be more equipped to deal with. And if it's a problem that you can't sort out now, then there's no point in worrying about it. And that is all I have to say. So I want to stop moaning and piss off and go for a walk. And I advise you do the same, cunt. Right? And I say that with love. Anyway, I'll see you later. I love you all so much, and I will catch you tomorrow.